Tonight on Tranquil Radio, David Lee Roth crashes a party. Rob Halford leaves a fan screaming for vengeance. See what I did there?
Hey.
We say R.I.P. to a dear old friend. And Corey Taylor busts a nut. All this and more coming up on Tranquil Radio.
Bow to it.
What's going on, everybody? This is Tranquil Radio, brought to you by the Foundry Concert Club and Fantasy Entertainment Complex right here in Cleveland, Ohio. I am your host, Sean Ryan, and this is a special guest host. You may have seen him 2 weeks ago, KJ Chris Jones from Impending Lies. Let's just take this time out for you guys to just subscribe. Hit subscribe right below.
You should probably just put it over my face to increase your viewers. That way they don't have to look at me.
Okay, so we got a ton of shit to talk about, so let's just get into it right now. The first thing we want to talk about is David Lee Roth crashing a Las Vegas party. I don't know if it was a bachelor party or what, but
it looked like it from the video.
But this is very visual, so this is why we don't do podcasts. So let's just take a look here.
Which room had the Van Halen sound? Right here?
It sounds like he says Van Halen salad, like it's an entree on the room service menu.
Love it. He just grabs her up.
Yeah, just get your hand
Bitch,
out of there.
stop it. You're not the police.
That's how the popo knock, ho. Look at this.
It's
like,
a
grin
happy
on his
neighbor.
Face. He's just like... He's like, what is that?
We heard some Van Halen here, and my name's David Lee Roth, and I'm right across the hallway.
You guys don't know who the fuck I am.
I know.
We're
Look at this frat ass bro, dude. He's just like...
The fellas here were coming down the hallway, and they said, shit, we heard some Van Halen, and I said,
I love how he repeats the same thing like 5 times.
we're your
Like,
neighbors,
we heard some
guys.
Van Halen, so we wanted to come over here and see what was going
And
on.
we heard one of the fellas said, I heard some Van Halen shit through the doorway, so I am Van Halen.
I am Van Halen.
No, actually, Eddie Van Halen is Van Halen.
Have a great
David Lee
night.
Roth.
Enjoy the
I mean,
Vegas
Diamond
steak.
Dave. That is
Small
Van
tiny
Halen.
Van Halen, not Van Hagar.
No, don't.
All right, Joe Dirt, settle down. Van Halen, not Van Hagar. He's like so pleased with himself. Like, yeah, I just fucking made these dudes night. They have no idea who you are, bro.
He is 64, and those guys are clearly like 22.
Yeah. They're probably on spring break from Arizona State.
No. The thing that I've seen about this is, like, everyone just goes like, oh, how embarrassing for David Lee Roth. This poor old man, he doesn't get it. And, like, I disagree. These guys, like, they seemed happy to see him. I'm not sure 100% that, like, anyone really knew, but I bet there was one guy in that doorway. Yeah, but, like, I don't know. It was, they made it out to be, like, this huge thing.
See, when I saw the headline, I thought it was like he just rolled in and started partying with these dudes. And then I watched the video. I'm like, oh, all he did was knock on the door and say, hey, I heard Van Halen. And I wanted to come by and say hi because I was in Van Halen. So they made it seem
He
a lot
is in
more...
Van Halen. He is still the singer for Van Halen. They have not invited, like, Sammy Hagar back or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of cool. I bet once like it started circulating, like I'm
one
sure
guy
they've
was-
seen it on the internet because you know they're going to be looking for themselves.
Yeah.
Some friend or mom is going to be like, "Oh,
That was actually
well,
David Lee Roth. Like, that's the singer from Van Halen, you idiot. And her kid's going to be like, oh, bro.
I saw Johnny in the back doing cocaine. That was nice. Thanks, Mom."
Can you not let me? Fuck. But, I mean, judging by their attire...
Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Wild. You don't know how fucked up that kid was when he opened the door.
Yeah.
He might have been seeing 3 Diamond Daves, which that's never a good thing. One's enough. Uncultured swine. Listen to real music.
We recorded an entire segment without hitting record.
You literally had one job.
We're going to just try and do this real quick then and just... Okay, Rob Halford, he leaves a fan screaming for vengeance after he boots his fucking phone right out of his hands because he's in the front row being a dick.
I mean, the sheer trajectory of this is mind-boggling, and he doesn't even call it out or anything. He just fucking does it. Just like, boom. And here it comes, the wind-up and the kick, and it's good! Goal!
The Browns win it! The Browns win it!
He's at the 15, he's at the 15, so it's like, goal! Oh, God, that slow-mo shot. Straight up in the air. Oh, we got another angle here. It's a
quality footage right here.
Yeah.
That's good. Just slow-mo.
Yeah.
And the Patriots win another fucking Super Bowl.
Any NFL teams are looking for a geriatric kicker. There you go.
He gets to wear that funny little shoe.
Dan Marino should die of gonorrhea and rot in hell. Laces out.
But the whole point of this, that we were watching this video, and Rob Halford kicks that phone out of your fucking hands. Ironically, he didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, no, the guy was just like,
You got another thing coming.
oh, you think you're going to spill my entire show? You've got another thing coming. Kicking the phone, kicking the phone.
Bow, bow. But yeah, that is super fucking annoying. If you are a seasoned veteran and like you have lived through so many decades, cell phones have only been like really a thing that everybody has had them for about like 15 years probably right now. And now they've turned into, this is a fucking computer.
Yeah.
And like you're recording this whole fucking show. I don't know if the guy was just doing a clip or if he was recording like a whole song, which is really irritating.
Yeah, like I've done it once in a while, but like I'm in the back and I don't go up to the front for that shit. If it's like a band that you rarely get to see, you know, it's their first time and whatever, that's fine. But like even when I'm playing shows and like people are just standing there like, I mean literally just like the whole show, they're just phone in front of their face. Like,
enjoy it.
Judas Priest show like that, to be that close, that's an expensive ticket. Why would you want to watch the whole
triple
show
digits for
through
sure
the screen of your phone? And I'm guilty of it. Like when I was younger, I would do it all the time. But now I'm just like, dude, why am I doing this?
I know. So, like I was saying, studies have shown that watching the show, you will have greater memories than having it on your phone. Like I was telling you earlier, I saw Powerman 5000 in Geneva.
Yeah, at the Cove.
About an hour away from Cleveland.
Small venue, very small venue.
Yeah, and I was like front row, and I just took like just a couple little doot, 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 and I got Spider right there. And
inconspicuous, not like, hey,
yeah, and he thanked the people in the first couple of rows that were like not recording. He goes, thank you, enjoy the show. Watch us, like, not through your tiny little cell phone or whatever. Here it is.
It's even more annoying when you're the guy behind that guy, or if that's like that guy where it's like they're significantly taller than you and they're filming the whole thing on their phone. So not only are you like trying to look around this dude's head, like craning your neck relentlessly the whole night, or like bouncing up and down, like you're paying to like watch a show behind the guy through his phone screen, and it's just like, why am I even here?
I know, I'm tall, and I always let whoever's behind me, if they were shorter and you can see them.
Yeah.
I always keep just an open mind and just see if anybody's shorter behind me or whatever. I wouldn't do it for you.
Well, yeah, fuck me.
That sucks. So if you are tall like me, be conscious of people behind you.
Situational awareness at concerts is keys, kids.
Yeah, I know. Don't be a dick. True dat. Next story.
Next!
And today, we say R.I.P. to a dear, dear old friend.
Cue sad trombone.
Back in 2001, January 9th, 2001, something was born. An evil menace was born, actually, that destroyed the CD. I am talking about one and only iTunes. iTunes is no more. They will be shutting the shit down.
Shut it down!
Now, to counter that, though, they're going to get rid of it and make 3 different app services for Mac users and iPhone users.
There's going to be 3 apps that you can get through your phone or your tablet that you can download all this shit from.
How'd you do that with your phone?
I use Shazam.
It says Lana Del Rey.
As we have seen in 2019, streaming is king. I was talking to you about this 2 weeks ago, where I said, I hate when you guys stream because it does not give the artist the amount of money that they actually deserve. Everybody gets paid but the guy that actually made the fucking music.
Yeah.
And it really, really, really sucks.
And what
and
sucks
now we're seeing like a complete shutdown.
Yeah, and what sucks totally is that like you could still purchase all forms of media on iTunes. You could buy albums, you could buy singles, movies, books.
My first bill. $1,200?
Yeah, it's all in
stuff.
one tidy little place, and now it's going to
you-
be divided into 3 apps.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure if you're still going to be able to buy albums on Apple Music or how they're going to work that out.
They are focusing on their streaming to combat Spotify.
Yeah.
We're seeing an end of an era. Like we lived in that time where like we had cassettes and then we got CDs.
Nuts. Got him!
And then
Remember when Best Buy stopped selling CDs? Like you can't buy CDs at Best Buy
just
anymore.
last year, yeah.
They're
I think
gone.
they killed it.
But I really hope that if they do away with the ability to purchase full albums and singles, that they do increase the percentages that they're going to be paying these artists for their streaming service rights and whatnot.
I know the labels have
They
to get
gotta do
involved. YouTube fucks over artists. Spotify fucks over artists. Apple Music fucks up artists. Like it's so bad for them,
Fractions
and
of
that's
pennies.
why they have
Fractions.
to. And that is why they have to go on tour for like 250 days a year.
And you're no longer a band at that point. You're almost a traveling musical retail outlet. You know what I mean? It's like...
I know. Say goodbye to your family.
Yeah, it's like... And that's why the lifespan of most bands nowadays averages right around the 3 to 4 year mark at best. If I had to be locked in a van living the rough life for that long with the same group of dudes all the time, I'd go out of my fucking mind. I never thought I'd say this a day in my life, because looking back when I was a kid and, Napster was the thing, Lars Ulrich was 100% right. He called it and nobody else saw it coming. And now nobody that makes music, unless you're like Taylor Swift or something, can make a living as a band and not have to have like some sort of side hustle. You can't just play music anymore. You have to have like some sort of gimmick to sell more and make more money.
You can't even meet bands for free anymore. Like, just wait outside the venue till 2 a.m. Now it's a paid meet and greet.
So there you have it. Lars Ulrich was right. Quote, iTunes has been the way Apple...
Quotes.
iTunes has been the way that Apple users listen to music, watch movies and TV shows, hear podcasts, and manage their devices for almost 2 decades. That really
2001.
That really puts it in perspective. This year, Apple is finally getting ready to move into a new era. The company is launching a trio of new apps for the Mac, Apple Music, TV, and podcasts, which will replace iTunes. That matches Apple's media app strategy on iPhones and iPads. Without iTunes, customers can manage their Apple gadgets through the Music app. So that leads me to believe, end quote, by the way, maybe they will still offer the ability to purchase through the Apple Music app.
We're going to have to wait and see. I didn't see a date when they were ending this.
I think it's going to be like next. I think they've...
Is it going to be 2020?
I think it's like early 2020 is when it's going to happen.
Yeah. Because, we were reported on something similar to this. There was already a spark in the news that no one was talking about. Like, back when Trent Kill Radio was not in this studio, we were at Jimothy's studio.
Yeah.
When there was just 3 of us. We had a way different format. We saw it coming, and now it is finally coming to fruition. Yeah. So, R.I.P. iTunes.
We should have listened to Lars.
And for our 4th and final story, just a real quick one, but this made headlines everywhere.
Kudos to him for owning it. Just like he just came out and was like, yep, this happened.
Yes, no spoils, no spoils. Corey Taylor busted his nut.
Done broke his left ball. You ever heard the phrasing, I'd give my left nut? Well, he literally did.
Why don't you just kiss my left nut?
Corey Taylor, he was doing warm-ups, and he was just doing practice because they are going on tour in Europe in just a couple days. He was doing warm-ups, and he says on his Twitter, quote, working on my 87 Dokken high notes this morning, fucked around and blew out the left testicle. Careful on re-entry, kids. Hashtag kiss of death. Hashtag piss and blood.
Oh.
So he was singing so high that it ruptured his nut.
Dude, I mean, as a singer in several other bands prior to the one that I'm in now, I've given myself...
What's that band?
Impending Lies. But, like, when I was singing in Along Came a Spider, I had a couple instances where, like, I'd hit some really high screams before I learned proper technique, and I'd almost black out and fall over sometimes, but I've never come into, bust a nut territory. I didn't even know that was humanly possible.
Neither did I, but I mean, a couple people were having some fun with him on Twitter. Kerrang Radio says, at Corey Taylor Rock, blew out his left testicle while singing. That sounds... Nope. Griffin goes on to say, how are the testicles? And Corey goes, newsworthy. And his new girlfriend, Alicia, from some like dance bombs, girls, what the fuck ever. Yeah. She went on and said, can confirm Corey Taylor Rock's balls are just fine. It was the healing process that she was doing. She was helping him with his physical therapy.
Don't forget to cup the balls.
Our condolences to Corey's left nut. We hope it makes a full recovery.
Testicles. That is all.
And that is all we have for this week's episode of Tranquil Radio. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like the episode, share the episode.
Respect the episode.
Fuck yeah!
Quality, wholesome entertainment for the whole family.
We're in quadruple digits.
Yeah,
I mean, people like
coming up.
They like us.
July 6th, you can catch my band Impending Lies at the Outpost in Kent with Audience of Rain, Stereotype I. I think there's like 3 other bands, and I cannot remember the names of them right now.
Don't worry about it. They don't matter.
I'm a terrible headliner. They
don't matter. I know, you're the headliner.
Yeah,
they don't matter. Thank you guys so much. I am Sean Ryan.
And I am Chris KJ Jones.
And this is Trend Kill Radio.
People will bow to it.
Ow, I hit like a nerve.
Yay me. Oh.
No, I hit like a nerve here.
With the thing.
With the thing, dude. Oh, my God. Ah! Oh, I just watched this movie called Hard Candy.
Oh, no.
Oh. You know what movie I'm talking about?
Hey, at least you want to talk about teeth? Let's talk about that one, too, while we're at it. No! Who the fuck writes that shit?
Sick, disgusting people.
So our kind of people.
Yeah. Bring Me the Horizon was just talking about how they were opening up for Megadeth or something, and Dave Mustaine came up and goes, "Who the fuck are you?" They go,
"Hey, it's me again."
We're Bring Me the Horizon. And he was like, "I don't think you're on this show." And then he came back like a half hour later and was like, "Oh yeah, hi."